Feed My Starving Children started in the late 80s. Our founder was a businessman from Minnesota. He traveled to Honduras and he saw the need there. He saw the kids that were hungry. He saw the families that didn't have, adequate nutrition and supplies. So when he came back, he was inspired, like a lot of people who see that kind of condition, and he began to think, like, what can I do? What can we do? And began, collecting food, like a lot of food shelves and things like that, collecting food. It was like packaged food and processed meat and things like that, and sending that over to Honduras and other places. And what he realized was, like, the things that we eat in America, those kinds of things, weren't helping the kids really. It was kind of giving them stomach aches. It wasn't giving them the proper nutrition. So at this point, he began to work with some nutritionists from Minnesota, from General Mills and Cargill, some food scientists that have been in the field for years, and said, what would be the perfect meal and nutrients for hungry and starving and malnourished kids? We began to develop our chicken, veggie, soy, rice formula, which you've probably packed before, and sending that through partners that are already on the ground in these countries. We don't really have Feed My Starving Children staff in Honduras and Haiti and Nicaragua and elsewhere, but we find people that already know who needs the food and send it through them. Also, combining with that, he used volunteers to pack all the meals. Instead of doing it with machines and things, he realized that when people do something with their own two hands, it really makes a huge impact. That when you can come in for 2 hours and produce thousands and thousands of meals that are going to feed kids for a long time, that does something to you, gets you excited and inspired. So from there, we've grown from our humble beginnings in the late 80s, and even in recent years, in the last about 8 years, we've had a tremendous growth spurt. About 8 years ago, we were packing about 3 million meals a year. We had one packing site in Minnesota. Today, we just got past packing 133 million meals in a year, 6 permanent sites, soon to be more, and 565,000 volunteers doing all that. A lot of high school students come in for volunteer hours, with their youth groups, things like that. Basically, what our volunteer experience looks like is after picking a day to come in and signing up online, you come in for a 2-hour session, 2 hour at night, or 2 hours during the day, hour-and-a-half sessions at night. And we lead you through the whole thing. After signing in and getting your nice little hairnet ready, you go through an orientation, and a team leader from Feed My Starving Children tells you about the need, tells you about a little bit of our history, tells you the process, shows you some videos of what our food does at work in countries around the world, shows you some stories of kids, things like that. And then we get you to work. We get you into teams, into the packing room, get your hairnets on, get you all washed up, and we form teams in the packing room to scoop the dry ingredients into bags, seal the bags, count the bags, and get them into the warehouse on pallets and ready to ship out. The whole thing is a pretty short process, and in the end you find out how much food you packed, what kind of an impact that makes, and you get to try a little bit of the food as well. Volunteering is super easy. You can go to Feed My Starving Children's website at fmsc.org. There is a volunteer registration system on there. It's as easy as picking the days you're interested in, the sites you're interested in, and telling how many people you want to bring along, because we definitely recommend bringing friends. It's a fun team activity, and between all the places you can register to sign up, there's often room for you to come and help out. We work with these distribution partners who work in country in up to 70 different countries. We send to Haiti and Nicaragua, Kenya, the Philippines, all the different continents, to many, many different communities and countries. And we're sending to a lot of really, really hard to get into places as well. North Korea, into Somalia, into places that are really corrupt, they're really hard to get into, and we have 99.97% of our meals in 25 years have reached their destination. So we're really, really confident in our model, and I've been to Haiti myself and seen the results of the kids who eat the food. It's it's amazing to see that it literally is saving their lives. It is making them healthy and giving them an opportunity to get an education and all that kind of stuff. Well, we like to say that you can be 500 years old or 5 years old. We have jobs for everybody. Parents need to supervise the younger kids, but literally we can have a 5-year-old take part in doing the labels on the bags or supervised scooping, things like that.